Harbinger's interesting. It is a tempo play, but it's not the greatest. I actually might trim on Harbingers a little. His creatures all had haste. Martyr seems really conditional. You don't sweat losing game 1. Game 2 and 3 should be a lot easier, especially if we keep the appropriate hands. Okay. Would you keep something like this? It could draw really well. It doesn't have any sideboard cards in it, but it could draw really well. I'll keep it for that reason. I don't think it's a great hand. He mulled the 6. Okay. It's a tough 6 because he's not sure. Okay, he kept the 6 and he's scrying. Okay. Now, is he going to have the artifact removed for the vial? Sure. And then does the hand become a lot worse? Yes. Do you mulligan until you see the sideboard cards like the Spell Skites and the Sun Droplets? No. Aggro says, why not run Dragon's Claw? Because Dragon's Claw is only specifically useful in the burn matchup, Riftbolt. Whereas you can actually use the Sun Droplet in matchups like tokens or various other colors of aggression. Not every aggressive deck in the format is a not every aggressive deck in the format is a is necessarily red colored. There are actually quite a few aggressive decks in the format that have nothing to do with nothing to do with red, but either red as a splash or not the main color. So Sun Droplet has flexibility. Sun Droplet you can bring it in other matchups. If you're just like, wow, like this card's so bad, like sometimes it's just filler. It's actually a really nice filler. I like the playset because it's just nice filler. Like if we're like, well, this isn't this good in this matchup, but this matchup is about life totals. He's not a combo. We've actually considered, like, there's some matchups where you just don't have enough stuff to bring in. That's when you just bring in the Sun Droplet, because if it's going to be like a grind or it's an aggressive match, you can totally justify just bringing in like a droplet or two. If you're like, well, Venser's not really good in this match, but I don't have anything else that's worth that slot. Hopefully that makes sense, team. Hope that made sense. So go. He's a barbarian. He's a barbarian. He did, you're right. I mean, that was an Avon. You're right. Zergo Dash? Ooh, okay. Now you may be sitting there, well, how are we going to win this? Our hand is, you know, we drew nothing but land. Let me show you how you can steal the game against Burn. And no, it's not the combo. Just wait. Just wait. This is how you can steal a game against Burn. Yeah, he could have Path. Remember, he's trying to splash white here. But I like either getting Glen or I like just trying to slam a Master of Waves. I'm going to try to slam Master. I like minimizing the damage we're taking any way that I can. Now, could he have, you know, Bolt for the Silver Guild and we're not getting as much value out of the Master? Yes. Easily. Does it mean that this is the wrong tutor target? Not necessarily. If he had removal for the Silver Guild, he should have used it already. So that's 2 tokens. No, it's the wear side of Wear Tear, yeah. The shatter side of Wear Tear. Abbott? Okay. Don't hit Path to Exile. Skullcrack. Okay. Skullcrack's awkward for Master of Waves. For a multitude of reasons. Master's technically our best blocker due to the Pro Red. I mean, he's also our best attacker. He's just the best card on the table right now. Prodigy's an interesting draw. Prodigy is an intriguing draw. I wish I had a little more mana. I could like morph him and then unmorph and also counter, but I just don't. But this could maybe be used to counter something that we need to just counter. Prodigy is just really awesome in this deck. I was very skeptical about the Prodigy initially. I've been very impressed with the card as we've played the deck. There's something about blue-blue counterspell in Modern that just makes me smile. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Why can't I hold all these fetches? Oh wow, he's blocking with Abbott? That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Sure. You got it, man. That is a good sign. By the way, if you're wondering why I left out the Mutavault, it's because we're going to animate Mutavault and then fling it to the Prodigy ability. This is a wizard when it's animated. Gallagher says, I wonder if we should just go with Prodigy instead in the Legacy build. We could. Prodigy might be better than Patron Wizard. The Patron Wizard's been tough, actually. I feel like we have countered some spells with it, but it's not been easy to do so. Ether Vial? It hasn't been easy to do. We've had a little trouble. Am I supposed to start crashing in? Yes. Am I going to? No, he's showed us... that's 6, that puts him to 8, and then I can crash in. He's shown us haste creatures. If he has like a bunch of Burny Slugs at our face in the end step and then has a bunch of haste creatures, we lose. I'm still presenting lethal next turn. I just want to see what he's up to over there. I mean, he's got 3 cards. You're bolting my face? Okay. What else you got? Lightning Helix is definitely the thing that I counter. So we're going to animate Vault. Actually, yeah. So we're going to animate Vault. And we'll counter. Helix is definitely worth it. We're still presenting lethal. He's at 7. That's 8 power. Blackstar says, why not attack with Master? It's pro red. It's also our best blocker. The opponent's shown us several haste creatures, Blackstar. So Master's actually our best blocker. Our best bet for blocking. So yes, we'll present lethal. Can we die? Yes. He could have the perfect 2 and then a perfect 3. I still think we finally try to jam lethal. And if he has a piece of removal for Prodigy, we lose, potentially. But I still like trying to go for it here. He'll respond. Or not. Okay. So, that's game 2. Did we like how we sideboarded? I think so. I think the only thing I would switch is I still really don't like Harbinger in the matchup. It's a necessary evil though because it's blue-blue and it helps Masters and Glens. We've seen a little more from him now though. It might be correct to put in either just another Ether Mage just to make sure we really hit the master, or if we're missing a piece of the combo, we can get it. And he'll be coming for us this time. We'll probably have to draw Sun Droplets and Spell Skites this time around. Either Vial, Binder Mage, Bolt seems good. Yep. This is a good, decent 7. I mean, it doesn't have any of the hate, but if we can keep up, that's good. Tabraha! Science rules. My face! Okay, we've been spiked. I get it, you wanted to spike us. I get it. I just think I'm gonna lead Mutavault. Whoops, or Moto's going to double activate my Mutavault. Well, that's a shame. Alright. Okay. I mean, at least it happened in a practice match. Is that a huge loss of tempo? Yes. Do we immediately lose the match? Maybe. That's a shame. Marrow the Kid! Science rules. Thanks for the follow, Reno. But Moto sucks. Moto sucks. It's not the first time that's happened to me either. Magic's cool. Science is cool, but Moto sucks. Royal Basis says this used to be an Ascendancy stream. It really bothers me when you guys say things like that, Royal Basis. This used to be a Tezzeret stream. This used to be a lot of things. Royal Basis. It really bothers me when people say stuff like that. We have built and brewed so many decks over the years. You can't peg me on one deck. You can't say, oh, that's the Tezzeret guy. Oh, that's the Ascendancy guy. Oh, that's the Wizards guy. Oh, that's the Soulfire Covenant guy. Or that's the, you can't peg me on one deck, Royal Basis. So I don't like it when you use those. Why you gotta generalize? We're a lot of different things here. Dudasis! Science rules. Thanks for the follow, Reno. How's it going, Looking Glass? Ooh, Flames of the Bloodhound. Okay. I mean, this hand's just nothing but burn. We are just toast. There's a master. There's hope. But that hope has been gone from me. Do I have to do something really bad like Ether Mage into Prodigy? If his hand's just nothing but bolts, there's no creatures over there, he's just flinging burn spells. Nice, there's a creature. A beacon of hope. There's a chance. His hand's not all burn. So do I go for the Mutavault block? No, because then we're not going to master on time. Do you think he has double burn to protect Swiss? Well, he has double burn anyway. I might as well try to bolt. And again, we could have Tidebinder maged if Moto hadn't, like, totally time walked us there. Show me double burn spell. We're dead to double burn anyway. Nice. Again, I would have rather used the Tidebinder mage, though. And now I don't get to Vidalcan Ether Mage into something, because we had to bolt, but... Go for a Void Mage block? No. I think the only way we are going to win this late game is to be able to tutor up something like Glenalondra Archmage. Let's go with the land that doesn't hurt so bad. Say go. Don't have more burn. I'm pretty sure I have to Vidalcan Ether Mage into Counter Magic, period. Or we're just toasted. I mean, I technically could Void Mage into... Hang on. We don't have to go for Glen. I could Void Mage... I could go for Void Mage. The thing about Void Mage is it's not going to counter very much. I think it's Archmage or bust. Yeah, I think it's Archmage or bust.